Look, we always know how long it takes for goaltenders to make that jump to the NHL level, and we'll find out real soon just what this team's got on their hands with him between the pipes, because they're ready for him to play. They're ready for him. They obviously think that he's ready to be an NHL goaltender. Look, I think he's going to be a special goaltender for this team, and he is the goaltender, not just of the future, but of the now. He's ready to go. I think he's got the ability, he's got the size, the tools, the makeup, but until you know, you don't know. And we're going to find out real quick just what he can do with this team in goal. All right, let's get back to the phones here. We've got Barb. No, I don't think he looked completely comfortable in his NHL debut, but I think there's a lot of goaltenders and a lot of players for that matter that seem a little overwhelmed and a little jittery the first time they compete in an NHL contest. And so, look, it's one game. It wasn't the debut and the start that he would have hoped for. Doesn't get the win, probably would like a goal back. But I would still say this, he's young, he's talented, and it's only one game. All right, we're going to hear from both coaches, and we'll have a lot more as we continue our coverage here on the show. And, I will say this. Despite the loss, I thought their young goaltender was great. He was one of the best players out there. He was definitely the best player for their team. And you know what? They still couldn't come away with the victory. But, you don't know what you're going to get from a young player in a hostile game, in a rivalry game. You know what? He brought it. He was ready for this one. You could tell he was excited talking to him before the game, and he brought it. I was really impressed, and that's certainly encouraging down the road. Now, when you look at some of the other numbers, why this team's... Welcome back, everybody. And, we were talking about some of the young players who've really caught my eye so far to start this season. I'll tell you what, don't look any further than the backyard here and in goal. I mean, this young goaltender has really been impressive. When you talk about best rookie so far, I mean, to me, he's right near the top of the list, if not the top of it. He has been brilliant. He's made some big saves. But you know, what also impresses me is he sometimes goes long stretches without facing a shot, and he still stays mentally in it. That's really hard as a young goaltender to do, but his mental focus has been right there so far in the early goings of his career. I'm impressed. All right, time for a quick break. We got a lot more to get to. We'll get to the phones. I see Brianna. I see Zoe. You know, and let's bring it back to in goal here for a second, because I have loved the way the youngster has played. He's been great so far. He's far exceeded my expectations from what I thought I would see this year. But I'll tell you what, there is a long road to go. So I'm not ready to hand out any hardware just yet because, well, you know what? He might still hit a wall, right? Teams may adjust at some point down the stretch. But so far, so very, very good. Big thumbs up on my part, but I'm not ready to hand out any hardware just yet. All right, let's get back to the phones here. We've got Danny itching to get back in here online. Don't forget our special conversation with the Hockey Hall of Famer coming up a little later on. Meantime, hey, look, locally, they have been hemorrhaging way too many goals as of late, and the youngster has kind of been the subject of a lot of criticism right here on this. Seeing a lot of phone calls tonight and a lot of conversations here on social media as well, really giving kudos to the rookie. And this goes back to that conversation not too long ago, right? All of a sudden, this kid's been a lot better. The coaching staff pulled the kid aside and they said, look, we need more from you. We need you to trim down on these goals against, and look over the last 5 games. Has cut that goals against average to under 3 and really responding in a positive light. Let's get back to the phones. Let's go to line 5. Let's take a look around the league and some of the final scores out there tonight. The Rangers had an on-ice collision with the Sabres. The New York Rangers took it to the net in this one, and they picked up the win. The Ducks look to run roughshod over the Senators. Ottawa takes this one in a fun one. We got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us. Final game of what has already been a great road trip for this team, and they'll try to pick up a couple more points tonight. The Sharks have won the draw, and we are now underway. Tap dances around the check. Shuts him down. Harrison's got the puck, and he's going to hang on. Well, Cheryl, I know there were a couple of key players you had your eye on going in for this one. Let's go pound for pound.
Gotta love these goaltending battles and really embrace the pressure of knowing that you're the last line of defense. That's why I would never be a attendee, James. I was a defender, but I always looked behind me and knew if my goaltender was dialed in or not.
Here's a pass in front, and that doesn't connect. Kyrou swinging the puck through center ice. Sends it over. Oh, he got all of it. What a save by Harrison.
Kyrou's back in the lineup after rehabbing his injury, and he's quick to create some offense there with that nice, dangerous shot.
From the right wing, he moves it to the middle. Shot! They score! Right on the doorstep. The rebound there to be had, and they made no mistake about tucking that one home. San Jose's aggressive start has resulted in the game's first goal. Look at this one, Cheryl.
Yeah, and it's impressive, the entire start by this team. They knew that they had to come into this barn and be ready to play, because when you're the away team, not only are you the underdog, but you need to take advantage when you get it. And execution, that's the name of the game. That's why they get the first goal.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. And they win the defensive zone faceoff. Here's the pass, and he denies that great opportunity there. St. Louis with possession in their own zone. Here they come. And that's knocked away by Addison. Takes the feed. Moves it to Eklund. Poked away in the offensive zone by Granlund. Denies him with the save. He scores! It looked like he had made the save, but that's in the back of the net for a goal. San Jose's been very impressive to watch in the offensive zone, and they lead it here in the first. And after the draw at center, they've got a hold of the puck. Oh, somebody get the smelling salts after that.
The cliche in hockey is you want to start the game hard and physical and really set the tone, and that's what he was doing right there.
St. Louis has it in the defensive end. Moves it quickly over to Saad. San Jose's regained possession of the puck. The Sharks will play it in their own end. Here they come on the rush. To his teammate. And he's pulled over to the ice and loses the puck. Sends it in front. And he shuts down a great scoring chance there. The Blues are in transition. Takes a shot, makes a save, scores, and they're saving the Blues tonight in St. Louis. The Blues finally respond, and they're right back into this one, Cheryl.
Well, this is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to cut the lead in half, and you have to work in shifts, and this is what they've done. Push, be aggressive, and continue on.
And off the draw at center, they take control of the puck. Cutting to the front of the net, and that's deflected off someone in front. And here we go. The old goalie fight. This place is loving it, Cheryl.
You got to wonder if they continued on because of all the energy they were getting from the fans. You don't see goaltenders going at it too often. The road team's bench is banging their sticks, standing up as they cheer on their player, and that tilt went their way.
Well, things open up for both sides a little bit here with some 4-on-4 action.
4-on-4 can be pretty confusing when it comes to coverage. You know that your defense have the forwards, but the forwards have to be able to contain the D as well. So it's complete defense out there.
Oh, he stops it with a glove. Great reflexes there. Battle along the boards. And the puck's booted away. And he slides it quickly to Gustafsson. Scores! Wow! Popping bottles off the top corner.
What a snipe, James. And that got up in a hurry and just sends the water bottle flying. You know the goaltender doesn't like that, but the shooter, I'm telling you, that one feels pretty terrific. Oh, that's just 2 goals in under 2 minutes.
Incredible. And look at this. We've got a brand new game now.
Well, a comfortable lead. It goes by the wayside. Giddy up.
Eklund's got it now deep inside his own end. And he takes the dish. And he slides it quickly for Ferraro. Picked off by Thomas. Knocked away. Tries to feed it across. Pokes the puck away. Moves it over to Ferraro. Shot! Denied with the blocker. And there's another stop. Along the boards, they battle for the puck. Grabbed along the boards by Fultz. The Blues move the puck in the defensive zone. Across the line. Takes a shot. Oh, he saved it. What a stop.
Well, that's desperation at its finest to be able to get to that puck and sending a clear message to his team that he's behind them. He's going to be the foundation tonight.
And they'll get a breather as the goaltender covers it up. More than half the period has expired. The next goal could be a big one as we are tied. They take possession as he locks them up off the faceoff. St. Louis on the attack. Sends the pass over. Oh, and it gets in front of that to make a great save. Shot! And that one's turned away. St. Louis looks to break out in their own end. Shot! Big time stop. Receives the pass. Puck sent over to D'Angelo. Moves it around along the half wall. Here's a short pass to Thomas. Whacks it into the offensive zone. Van Riemsdyk's lugging the puck. Takes the feed. Takes a bump and loses control of the puck. Gets it back. Takes a bump but hangs on. Puck scooped up by Granlund. Tenacious battle for the puck along the wall. The Sharks will play it from the defensive zone. Tries to get the puck over to Zetterlund. And they'll go the other way with it. Fires it on net. That's blocked. Hard hit frees up the puck. Addison's got it in the defensive end. Tiptoes around the poke check. Here's a shot, and one last save. All right, time to get a clean sheet of ice here as period number 1 comes to an end. As you heard the horn sound, we'll be back with much, much more as this is going to be a fun one tonight. Opening face-off here in this second period is about set to go. You can tell we're in for a good one because almost every fan is in their seats here as we are still tied with the second getting underway. Well, Cheryl, we got 20 minutes under our belts in this one. How do you sum up the performance?
The Sharks need to start this second period and dictate possession. It's something they did not do in the first period because they gave away the puck way too many times. The good part, we're sitting at a tied game, and they can take...
That's right, they got in front.
Well, I really like their game tonight. I mean, you always have to manage the ebbs and flows. When you find a way to continue to trust the process, you get opportunity, and they convert it on it.
St. Louis wins it. Quick shot! Oh, nice stop with the glove by Harrison. There's the physical side. Here they come through center and into the offensive end. The lane was plugged up and that shot's blocked. Puck dumped in. San Jose is going to hold it along the wall. The Sharks gain the zone. The Blues gain possession in their own end. Gets the puck in deep. Quick pass to Wallman. Feeds the puck across to Sedina. Looks to pass it to Addison. Rocks him. The Blues take over on possession. Quick feed to Thomas. Fires it. And the puck dies with the Trapper save. Lots of time left in this period. St. Louis leads by 1. Granlund's won the draw inside his own end. Nice zone entry from the left. Here's a chance. Too much congestion blocks the shot. Slides it back to the blue line. Gets a piece of it to make the save. Taken by Falk. Passes the puck over to Saad. Here's a shot. Denies the slapper. Goaltender covers it up, and we'll get a reset here. Plenty of playing time left in this frame. The Blues have a little breathing room here, but not much as they lead at 3-2. San Jose's won the draw. Now a quick pass to Couture. Drives to the sweet spot. Oh, just a great heads-up play by Gustafsson.
St. Louis has been so strong defensively, and they've been putting their opponent in vulnerable positions all night long, but they've got to find a way to, when they intercept, to get going the other way and generate some offense.
San Jose's got it in their own zone. Here they come down the right side and on the attack. Here's a shot, and there's a great save by Binnington.
This is a fantastic save, James, and he makes it look easy. He's bobbing, he's weaving, trying to find the puck. He outbattles the players in front of him to make it.
Intercepted in the offensive end by Shen. No room for that one to get through. And the puck's knocked loose. Picked up along the boards by Saad. They score! 4 straight goals. They're rolling now.
And talk about confidence, hey, James. I mean, their opponent does not have an answer. They look absolutely stunned. I mean, they are like a freight train just pounding down on them.
The Blues win the faceoff at center. Puts it on net. Oh, he saved it. Oh, my goodness, what a
Oh,
stop.
that's unbelievable, James. I have no idea how he got to that puck. It's some gymnastics at its finest.
Dumps it in. San Jose's gained possession along the boards.
Harrison's really given life to his team with that last sequence in particular. When you have a desperation save and you're willing to put yourself out there to keep it out of the net, your entire team feels it.
Moves it to Bushnevich. From the left side, they enter the offensive zone. Sends it in on the attack. Moves it quickly over to Zadina. Puck picked up in the open ice. Feeds it over to Falk. St. Louis has the puck. And now it's over to Bushnevich. And that's picked off in the neutral zone by Zadina. Along the wing up the neutral zone. Here we go. Puck's in deep. The Sharks have it now. And now he passes it to Eklund. Good use of the body to knock them off the puck. Here's a short pass to Kyrou. Keeps control of the puck after taking a little knock. Big time stop there.
Well, he was dialed in to make the save with his mask, James, but I don't know how dialed in he's going to be now. He might be a little fuzzy.
Taken along the wall by Kyrou. What a steal in his own end. Shot! Takes it right in the chest. St. Louis continues to put lots of pucks on net, and they lead it here late in this middle frame. The Blues come up with the defensive zone draw. Takes the pass, and he loses control here. Quick pass to Couture. Oh, what a save in front. Toropchenko's taking it from his own end. Slides the puck ahead to Saad. The Blues take it from the side. And there's the save. Puck moved over to Van Riemsdyk. Takes a shot. Big time stop. We got a whistle as the puck's frozen. Here in the late going of the frame, the Blues lead at 4-2. San Jose's got it in the offensive zone. Picked up along the wall by Van Riemsdyk. With the stop. Goaltender covers up. We got a stoppage in play. Officials getting ready to drop the puck. Puck possession so key in today's game. The Blues start with the puck in their own end. Oh, and a misfire as that goes right out of the zone. Puck grab by Addison. And it's a quick pass to Van Riemsdyk. Feeds Gives the puck to Torchenko. Shot! 5 seconds and he makes the save. And that brings the period to an end. All right, third period just around the corner. We'll get a clean sheet of ice. I'm going to get more popcorn, and we're coming back with much more next. Welcome back to EA Sports, the final frame of this one. And we are underway here in period number 3. Well, with 2 periods played, Pounder, your thoughts?
The Sharks need to limit the turnovers.
Scores! Well, don't turn this off just yet. We've got ourselves a game.
Well, deficit of only 1 now. Their opponent is on their heels, and now they're playing with a sense of urgency. Watch out. You can feel the wave coming, James.
The Sharks win possession here in the open ice. Handles the pass. Huge stop by Bennington.
You know the goalie's dialed in when he redirects the puck to the corner.
Right through center and into the offensive zone. Great reach with the push check by Wallman. Way too much congestion blocks that. Granlund's crossed the line and is on the attack now. Big time stop. Here's a chance. Oh, and another big stop.
Well, he's been under siege, and I'm loving his compete level. I mean, he's making consecutive saves one after another.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. San Jose's shown a new energy over these last few minutes. They got one back, but they still need one more in order to tie. Scores! And as they say in street hockey, new game!
It is a new game, and it's never over, right, James? Because they've been behind in this game. They've been chasing it. But now they tie it up, and you can certainly feel the energy created with that goal.
Broken up at center. And he takes the feed. And now it's grabbed by Thomas.
He's already got 2 goals. Another one would be fantastic.
Nowhere for that shot to go through. The Blues scoop it up along the boards. Here's a chance. Scores! The go-ahead goal!
Well, the game is all about timing here, James. And now they're in front, so these next 2 shifts are critical. They want to play with a ton of energy and keep their opponent guessing.
San Jose's won the draw in the neutral zone. Sends the pass in front. Oh, he comes up with a stop. There's the whistle as the goalie hangs on. Play ready to resume as everybody lines in for the face-off. Granlund's won the draw and they're on the attack. Oh, a clutch save!
Binnington's in it to win it here. I mean, you can see it with that save. He tracks, and he's so dialed in. It's a competitive nature to challenge the shooter in the slot.
Stops him with a glove! Binnington's got it, and I think there's a little strategy involved as he opts for the whistle.
Well, yeah, I think he needs a rest, but it's also about game management. Listen, the only reason why they're winning this game is because he has been electric and dynamic between the pipes.
The Blues win the draw on their own end. Quick feed to Gustafsson. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Bushnevich. St. Louis looks to attack. Still keeps a hold of it. Loses the coverage there. Puck picked up by Gustafsson. Good fight for the puck along the boards. Good solid check, and he loses control of it. And that's intercepted by Bushnevich.
St. Louis has been connected all night long defensively. From a structure standpoint, they are doing everything to interfere pucks, intercept, and takeaways. This is leading to offense, but they're
back-to-back goals!
Well, nothing like switching momentum and putting your opponent on their heels and getting 2 in a row. Back-to-back, here they come.
St. Louis wins the draw in the neutral zone. They put the puck into the offensive end with authority. Right up Main Street and on the attack. Takes a shot. Oh, I thought he was going to be beaten, and he's... You know, and at this level, there's a fine line between winning and losing. I like the fact that this team pushed it into overtime. But, you know, you want to see your goalies make those saves at some point in time, and the kid has struggled this season doing that, coming up with those clutch stops. You know, got at least a point, but at some point in time, to really earn the trust of your teammates, you're going to have to win these games every once in a while. All right, we'll be joined by our special goaltending analyst here who will weigh in with his thoughts on the performance, and we'll get into all of that next right here on the show. All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Sharks were looking to steal 2 against the Blues. St. Louis put in a strong effort. They needed extra time. All right, as we welcome Ray Ferraro back to the show, and Ray and the family are having a holiday party that I can't wait to get to in a couple of days from now, man.
Yeah, we may change the address.
Hey, come on. I was excited for that. All right, post-game show continues. Cebulski here with you. And when you look back at a young player and their development, moments like we saw with the overtime victory and the puck stopper who comes up clutch in his first overtime win, that to me, mentally, we talk all about the physical attributes, but mentally separates the good from the absolute elite. And this kid locked it down when they needed to most. Shout out to him. He deserves it, and he deserves all the love that I'm seeing here on social media. Let's open up the phones and hear from you what you have to say. Phone lines are open now if you want to jump. And hey, what can you say? More love. I want to see this. I'm seeing a lot of it on social media already, but he deserves more. Hey, you get your first NHL shutout. There is a true sign as a young puck stopper that you officially belong in the league, right? I mean, he just looks so cool and calm out there. And some of those saves at the same time. Like, there were some ones that went, wow, like there's a next level stop out there. Did that a few times, and congratulations to that young man who's going to always remember this night, as I'm sure a lot of people will, with a very bright future ahead. And you know, hey, you also got to give some credit in front of him. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Wild paired up with the Islanders. The New York Islanders terrorized the opposition with a magical offensive display. The Blackhawks went toe-to-toe on the road against the Capitals. Washington parties it up in the shootout as they get the extra point in the win. The Canes ran a dogfight on the road against the Red Wings. Detroit toughed this one out, and they get the win. Time for a quick break, but we got a lot more coming up on the ice next. Few more minutes here on the show. Ray Ferraro joins us here to finish up strong. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to the end of the year. It's been a long year, and we're getting into the best part of the season now.
Yeah, crunch time, second season, and there's also votes that have to be in for awards. We were talking about a few of these, a few different texts. The Calder. Fair to say we can rule out the young goaltender here, right?
That's kind of an easy one. His season kind of fell apart a little bit on him, and I don't think that has anything to do with what I think he might be in the future.
A couple of key storylines to watch tonight. Watch between the pipes. As this team has lost 5 straight games, my understanding is that the coaching staff challenged the young rookie goaltender to step up. They're going to need their goaltender to steal a win for them at some point in time. This team is scuffling in front of them. At some point, you need your goaltender to steal one, and that's exactly what they've asked for the kid to do. Can he deliver? Only time will tell, and we're getting closer and closer to face-up. All right, let's go around the horn and see what happened elsewhere around the NHL tonight. The Kings were on the road up against the Kraken. Los Angeles powered their way through all night long en route to the shutout win. The Golden Knights took to the ice to lock up with the Flames. Calgary triumphs in the shootout, and the bragging rights to go with it are theirs. The Ducks took to the road to match up with the Wild. Minnesota powers their way through in the extra frame to come away with the overtime win. We are as cool as ice, and we are bringing you many more stories from the NHL. We're doing it next. Yeah, you know, when you're losing, it just feels like there's no end in sight, and just finding ways, right? And I like the way that this team responded. I actually thought that they played pretty well in spurts, and I really feel for the young goaltender. This isn't on him. This is not on him at all. I thought he battled, he competed, he showed up and did whatever he could to give his team a shot to win. But sometimes the hockey gods can be cruel, and case in point, the result we just saw. Time for a quick break. We're back with more on that. the whole narrative and the expression being good in the room, right? You know, chemistry is important with a team. You know, how many times have we seen teams that are absolutely stacked with talent and they fall apart? Why? Because there was just a disconnect within the room. And I know with some reporters and some of the media members asking the kid, saying, hey, you know what, why, how do you endear yourself to teammates more? I don't know if there's ever really an answer. I mean, you can go out and, you know, try to be the best player you can be. That's one way to do it. You know, personally speaking, I think another great way to do it is buying everybody pizza. Because, you know who likes pizza? Everybody, right? Everybody loves pizza. Let's go back to the phones here. Let's go to Brent. Brent is on line 3. Late goings of this third period of play. For those of you just tuning in now, better late than never. Been a fun one tonight with the score 2-1 to this point. Moves it to Miromanov. And now he moves it quickly to Kuzmenko. Maintains control of the puck.
Shot! Misses the net. Oh, I think he wants that one back.
You know he does. Uses his physicality and his IQ to get to that scoring area, and then he whiffs it. I mean, he's going to want that one back, James.
Fun night at the rink, and for all of us here on the EA Sports team, I'm James Cebulski. Good night. Let's take a look at the rest of the action on the ice tonight in the National Hockey League. The Flyers were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Hurricanes. Carolina puts on a show to pick up the win.